say again, what were you saying about the relatives?
He lived here in relatives' houses for
Mm,
3 months.
for
So
3 more months.
for 3 more months. So he came back to bring my mother and I to take
Okay,
to
so he went back, not
went-
came back. He went back there to take my mother and I.
he went back to take my mother and I and came back.
We all came back.
We all came back. So after this or before this, I can't, he can job. He can't, I can't
Before
say,
this,
ele conseguiu
he,
emprego.
he was able to get a job.
He was able to get a job.
Do you
And
remember that you weren't able to wake up early? Do you remember? During this class, you asked me, teacher, how can I say eu não consegui acordar cedo?
sim.
It's the same verb. I wasn't able to wake up early. My father was able to get a job. So we use these when we are talking about when a person is capable of doing something, when the person has the ability to do something in the past. Positive was and were, negative wasn't and weren't. And interrogative, you invert. So look at this. Subject plus was and were plus able to plus the verb is positive. The negative, you just change was and were for wasn't and weren't. I wasn't able to wake up early. My father was able to get a job. Positive and negative. How about the interrogative? Were you able to, or was I able to? So you just invert was and were plus the subject plus able to plus the verb.
Yes.
So example.
I know write this sentence, but thought about the words and together in a phrase, I can't to do this.
It's totally normal because now you are putting together what you know from the reading ability, from the writing ability to the speaking ability. So now you are converting, you're putting into practice. So it's totally normal.
I need to practice more. I
Yes,
need to
you will.
practice more and together the words automatically in my mind.
Yes. So to be plus able to plus the verb is used when the person is capable of doing something, when the person has the ability or not.
Capable or
Then
ability.
you can search a bit about this, study, create examples,
Yes.
okay? And there's a video on my YouTube channel that I compare the usage of. So there's a video on my YouTube channel, Karina do Inglês,
Yes.
YouTube channel, that you can find the difference between could versus was and were able to, because there's a difference. Because when we translate from Portuguese into English in the past, could
Okay.
and was able to means the same, but they are used for two different things. So I recommend you watching this specific video too.
I will see this video on YouTube channel.
Nice. Very good. So tell me, your father was able to get a job?
Yes. When my parents and I came to there, I
Came here?
came
Came
here,
from
came
or
from
came
there,
here?
or came here. Yes. We lived in neighbor city to here.
In a city nearby.
Yes, when I lived today. Neighbor city.
Then where I live today. No, you should say in a city nearby. So it
Nearby.
means like close to where you live now.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
We lived there for 5 years. So at that time, I had my next sister.
Okay.
We too. After 5 years, my father bought, I don't know what the name I say, terreno.
Bought a lot.
Bought a lot in my city. I lived when I live today, and to started to build our house.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
And is this the same house that your parents still live nowadays?
Yes, yes. We moved to this house in 1995.
Okay. Nice. So you were 6 years old.
Yes, 6 years old. My parents lived there until today.
You should say my parents have lived there until today.
Yes, present perfect, right?
That's right. Exactly. Have lived there until today.
My
Or you
parents
can
have
say
lived there
another
until
way. My parents have lived there since then. So it means since that time until now. It's another way of saying. Also, you can say, or my parents have lived there up to now.
Okay.
Some ways of saying, okay?
Okay.
Look, you have until now, since then, up to now. Ways of speaking. Good. And do you remember about your favorite teacher at school?
I remember my first teacher in the school.
Yes.
Yes, my first teacher named, I forgot.
Yes, I don't remember the name of my favorite teachers. I remember their faces.
Yes, I remember their faces. I remember
Their
their
face.
faces, but I don't remember the name now.
Yes, it's okay, no problem. Do you remember how old you were when you learned how to ride a bike?
How old?
Do you know how to ride a bike?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Do you remember
Yes.
how old you were when you started riding a bike?
Yes. I was 6 years.
Okay,
Yes.
nice. And do you still
I
ride a bike?
learned ride a bike in my friend's bike. It
Okay,
was
using your
red.
friend's
Color of the bike was red.
red. Nice. And do you remember if you hurt very much before you learned?
Yes, I heard. And how do I say when I want to say eu caí muito, levei muitos tombos.
I fell a lot.
I fell a lot.
Okay. Yes, I remember I did the same.
Tell me to me about your childhood too.
Okay. I'll tell you next opportunity, okay? I'll
Okay.
tell you about this. I will. But it was a happy childhood. I remember I hurt myself a lot because I was very disastrous, but I had a very happy childhood. I have only one sister, so we played together and we also fought a lot. Fought like we hurt each other. We punched each other a lot.
My
But
sister and I too.
I can imagine my life without them, without
Yeah.
her.
Without her.
Yes. Yes, it was very nice. But I'll give you some more details next time, okay?
Okay.
So thank you very much for this conversation today, Elisangela, and I hope to see you soon.
Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yes, it was my pleasure. See you. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.